Top 10 things humans are addicted to without even realizing, and how it affects everyday life. What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, you're probably addicted to something, and you don't even realize it? Not all addictions come in a bottle or a cigarette. Some of the most powerful ones are hiding in plain sight, disguised as normal habits, things we do every single day without thinking. But what if I told you that these silent addictions are rewiring your brain, shaping your decisions, and even controlling your happiness? From technology to food, social validation to stress, yes, stress. Let's uncover the top 10 things humans are addicted to without even realizing it. Sugar, the sweetest trap. You probably already know sugar isn't great for you, but did you know it's just as addictive as cocaine? Scientists found that sugar triggers the same reward system in the brain as hard drugs, releasing dopamine and keeping you hooked. The problem? Sugar is everywhere. It's hiding in your morning coffee, your bread, even healthy snacks. It keeps you craving more, even when you're not hungry. How it affects you? Sugar addiction leads to weight gain, fatigue, mood swings, and even brain fog. Ever feel like you need something sweet to wake up? That's the addiction talking. Social media, the digital drug. How many times have you opened your phone today without even thinking? Every scroll and notification gives your brain a tiny hit of dopamine, training you to check your phone again and again. Over time, this addiction makes it harder to focus, sleep, or even hold a conversation without feeling the urge to check your feed. How it affects you? Studies show that social media addiction leads to increased anxiety, lower self-esteem, and shorter attention spans. Basically, it's hacking your brain and keeping you trapped in a cycle of distraction. Caffeine, the harmless addiction. Coffee, energy drinks, soda. Caffeine is the most socially accepted addiction out there. But here's the thing, caffeine doesn't actually give you energy. Instead, it blocks the chemicals that make you feel tired, tricking your brain into thinking you're awake. The more you drink, the more you need. How it affects you? Caffeine addiction leads to dependency, anxiety, sleep problems, and withdrawal symptoms like headaches and fatigue. 7. Validation, the invisible addiction. Ever posted something online and felt a rush of excitement when you got likes? That's because your brain sees social validation as a reward. It makes you feel valued, pushing you to seek more approval from others. The catch, the more you crave validation, the less you trust your own worth. How it affects you? It creates a cycle of self-doubt, anxiety, and decision-making based on what other people think, rather than what you want. 6. Multitasking, the myth of productivity. You might think multitasking makes you more efficient, but in reality, it's making you less productive and more stressed. Research shows that the human brain can't actually focus on multiple things at once. Instead, it switches between tasks, wasting mental energy and reducing efficiency. How it affects you? Chronic multitasking leads to burnout, increased mistakes, and a shorter attention span. 5. Shopping, the high you don't see coming. Ever bought something just to feel better? That's dopamine-driven shopping. Even if you don't need the item, the rush of purchasing gives your brain a temporary high. Retail therapy is real, but so is shopping addiction. How it affects you? Leads to financial problems, cluttered spaces, and emotional dependency on spending. Noise, the fear of silence. Ever notice how people constantly need background noise? Music, podcasts, TV, it's everywhere. Many people have an addiction to noise without realizing it. Silence can feel uncomfortable because it forces you to be alone with your thoughts. How it affects you? Constant noise prevents deep thinking, mindfulness, and emotional processing. Silence is where real creativity happens. Stress, the most dangerous addiction. This one might surprise you, but some people are addicted to stress itself. High levels of stress release cortisol and adrenaline, creating a rush that keeps people feeling productive or alive. Over time, this leads to chronic anxiety and burnout. How it affects you. Long-term stress increases heart disease, weakens the immune system, and shortens lifespan. 2. Drama, the hidden addiction. Some people crave chaos, arguments, or emotional roller coasters without realizing it. Why? Because drama activates adrenaline and dopamine, making it weirdly exciting. How it affects you. Toxic relationships, mental exhaustion, and constant emotional turbulence. And finally, the one addiction most people don't realize they have. 1. Comfort, the silent dream killer. Most people think of comfort as a good thing, but too much comfort, it kills growth, ambition, and dreams. Humans are wired to seek comfort over discomfort. That's why we avoid challenges, stay in jobs we hate, and delay hard decisions. Fear of discomfort is the one thing that keeps people stuck. How it affects you. Stops personal growth, keeps you in routines you hate, and makes change feel impossible. How to get rid of addictions. The science of breaking free. Now that we know the top 10 hidden addictions, how do we actually break free from them? Addiction isn't just about willpower, it's about rewiring your brain. Whether it's sugar, social media, or stress, here's the scientific method to escape addiction. Recognize the habit loop. All addictions follow the same pattern. To break free, you need to identify what triggers the addiction. What do you do next? What reward does your brain get? Replace, don't remove. The brain hates losing rewards. That's why quitting cold turkey fails 95% of the time. Instead of stopping a habit, replace it with a healthier one. Sugar craving, swap with fruit or protein. Phone addiction, replace scrolling with books or real conversations. Reduce dopamine triggers. Your brain is hooked on easy dopamine. The less you give in, the more control you take back. Delay gratification. Want sugar? Wait 10 minutes first. Change your environment. Keep distractions out of reach. Embrace discomfort. Breaking addiction means facing discomfort, but discomfort is where growth happens. If you can sit with discomfort and push through, you win. Addictions aren't just about substances, they're about control over your life. So the question is, what's controlling you? Let me know in the comments.